I feel like the downtown community has been such a great resource and such a great supporter of what we've done, and that has been, it's been really nice, because that was something I think that you hoped for, but we didn't really know what to expect.
We had looked at many buildings all across the area, and we wanted to be near a downtown center. We looked near Bentonville. We live in Fayetteville and had planned on doing that before the wet dry vote came up. And so when Benton County became wet and this was a possibility, finding a building of this size near a downtown area, it really just became a perfect setup for us. So they're building the bike trail right here. There's the Veterans Park across the street, and then having all those things in downtown that we obviously like to enjoy and support, the little local restaurants and bars and little boutique shops. It was, people who were already going to downtown or in downtown, this is kind of a logical step for them on the way to somewhere else.
I feel like everything that we've done, we moved here to do this, and for the first little bit you're looking at the nuts and bolts of it, and I don't feel like this idea really solidified itself for us until we really started to think about what we wanted to represent and what we wanted the brewery to represent in the area. And I think that we found that around here in the Ozarks, that people are they're very proud of who they are and of what they've accomplished, and of how hard they've worked for it. And I don't think that in very many places that isn't always the case. And so we kind of thought about it and said, hard work makes honest people, and so for us, hard work makes honest beer. And so we also kind of think that beer is a great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you do. If you can sit down and enjoy a beer, then you're going to start a conversation and talk.
Right now we've been just getting our beer out in the market via draft, so we've been just kegging. We have a small canning line we're hoping to get here commissioned end of the spring into early summer, and that's a big part of what we're doing, is in deciding to use cans instead of bottles. A number of reasons. It's beneficial for the beer. Light, heat, and oxygen are some of the biggest enemies of beer, and obviously it mitigates a few of those circumstances, but really it's the fact that you can take cans a lot of places you can't take bottles. If you're on the water, on the beach, you can't really have glass around. If you're on a little backpacking trip, you can throw a couple cans in your backpack, crush them up, easy to pack in, easy to pack out. And it just really fits into what we like to do. And it was kind of not a no-brainer, but a very strategic decision for, we want to be able to take our beer where we like to go. And obviously, Arkansas is a very active area, and we want to bring a beer like that to other people enjoying the outdoors. Our equipment we sourced, we did everything we could to buy American and use local people when we could. So all our tanks that you see behind us, these were made just outside Portland, Oregon and Vancouver, Washington. Our brew house we found, it was built back in '96 out in California. Even the grates on our floor drain were made in the USA. That was a big part of us, making that commitment to, we are a small American manufacturer and we need to put our money where our mouth is and support other small American manufacturers. So our boiler, our chiller that we use for our glycol cooling system on our tanks was actually built next door by our neighbors, Right Temp. So we were very conscious about who we did business with, and we think obviously it does cost more, but it pays off in the end to support them, and then we also have a very high quality product. So
the folks in downtown are some of the biggest supporters of our beer and selling it in their own places and sending people here. And it creates a community, not just of businesses, but of people that care about what you're doing and hope, that you succeed and vice versa. So it's been very nice. It's a really exciting time, I think, to be involved with Downtown Rogers, and I think that we're really, really grateful and really humbled that we get to be a part of it.
And I mean, there are a lot of places that don't spend any money on infrastructure, especially, trails, parks, bringing in bike trail builders to doing mountain biking, things like that, where Rogers sees the benefit not only to their citizens, but people who travel through here, who are visiting the area, and saying, hey, we need to have some stuff to get people around here, and putting their money where their mouth is in terms of actually making it happen, and not just ideas, but executing those it's pretty neat. I mean, this is obviously a labor of love. This is not an easy job or easy business to be in. And so the weekends for us is when we actually get to be face-to-face with people. Most of our beer is sold in the market, draft in bars and restaurants. And so we don't really see that many people during the week and just beer to go. But in terms of having people come sit here and enjoy our space that we've worked really hard on and enjoy the beers that we've, kind of put our heart and soul onto, it's a pretty nice feeling to let them enjoy that and see it's the simple things in life. We think, having a nice pint of beer it can make your day a lot better. So
our approach is we want to make quality beer for our community and our neighbors. And so I feel like that's another part of it is we want to be out there. We want to know the people that we're serving, and that's our goal ultimately. And if all we do is service this area really well, then we've done our job well.
We see the natural resources surrounding downtown as a key for economic development. When you look at the Razorback Greenway, which will be completed just shortly in a few months, and the investment of a multi-community project along with the Walton Family Foundation to build this corridor over 30 miles long, connecting every community to a trail spine. And then the commitment from each one of those communities to build off of that spine access into their downtowns is a purposed focus of the trail development. We have taken what is the beautiful Ozarks and turned it into an opportunity for everybody to improve their quality of life, to get outdoors and experience whatever it is they're interested in. I think the interesting thing about the businesses we've talked about with Ozark Beer Company and the Rail, as well as the Club Frisco and Heirloom, and the investment of these different individuals in a long standing sort of investment for the Davis family, great for downtown Rogers. And to me, what's so cool about these groups and these entities is they sort of represent what is desired by the people I'm trying to attract to live in downtown Rogers, right? And so they're a perfect example of the types of businesses and the type of people and the way that they sort of, the Made in America for Ozark Beer Company. I mean, how cool is that? Look, one of their business models is they want to be the first microbrewer in Northwest Arkansas to can an American lager. And they think that's going to be huge to tie back into the outdoor experience for this next summer, for folks that are canoeing and hiking and exploring the outdoors. And so that's neat to me. I mean, that's American innovation, that's American ingenuity. I mean, they found a niche, they've made a commitment to their business plan, and it's closely tied right to sort of these naturalist and natural outdoor experiences and sporting. So I think that's really a key success. Now, of course, you drive down by the Club Frisco and and CJ, they I think they've got a canoe or a kayak on top of at least one of the vehicles every time they're parked down there. So obviously they're very connected. And when you go inside Frisco, right, you see so many people that you can tell they are very into outdoor sports, into hiking and biking and canoeing and kayaking. And so, that's the kind of folks we want to attract to downtown.
Well, now you know a little bit more about me and my hometown of downtown Rogers. There's a lot of neat outdoor activities happening in this area, and it gets us excited. You got to see business owners and see some of the things that's going on. The next couple episodes, we're going to be doing more action, more adventure, kayaking, and hunting, and fishing, and camping, and canoeing, and doing all kinds of outdoor activities. So stay tuned, more adventures coming your way.